Hey, what's up, everybody, and welcome back to another episode of Fitness Goal Friday. Today, we're going to talk about how to make sure that you don't skip your workouts, because consistency is the name of the game. Consistency is going to be what leads you to getting closer to your fitness goal and closer to your health goals. And I like to say that perfection is not as much about intensity as it is about consistency. Consistency, to me, is what defines perfection. And that's what's going to allow you to get closer to your fitness goals. So that's why it's really important not to skip your workouts. And that's what we're going to be talking about today. But before I dive in, I want to make sure I talk to you guys about the Best You 10-Week Fitness Goal Setting Program, because so many people who come into the program, this is what they lack. They lack the consistency. They lack the structure of being able to work out 3 times a week, 4 times a week, 5 times a week, or 6 times a week, week after week after week after week after week after week for 10 weeks, right? Like, people will have good weeks, 2, 3, 4 weeks in a row, maybe 5 and 6 weeks in a row, but then maybe a couple weeks after that, they fall off. But consistency, like, think about it right now. Think about your ideal number of times to work out per week, whether that's 3, 4, 5, or 6, whatever it is for you. What's the ideal number of times that you would be proud of yourself for doing? Figure out that number, and then imagine, what if I worked out that many times every single week for 10 weeks? What if I worked out 50 times every single week for 10 weeks? When's the last time that I did that? When's the last time that I actually worked out 50 times over a 10-week period? If you can't remember, or if you've never done that, think about that. Think about the power of that. Think about doing something you've never done before will allow you to get the results that you've never gotten before. And so if we can set ourselves up for success to make sure we don't skip workouts, which I'm about to teach you how to do, then you're going to be able, undoubtedly, to get results that you've never gotten before. And that's exactly what I do with my 10-week fitness goal setting program. So if you're interested and you want to learn more, make sure you go to go.nickcarrier.com/10-week program. Again, go.nickcarrier.com/10-week program to learn more. But for now, let's go ahead and dive in to learn how to make sure you don't skip your workouts. Again, consistency is the name of the game. Consistency is perfection. Intensity is not perfection, especially when it comes to your fitness goals. When people don't get their workouts, there could be a lot of different reasons. But the number one reason that I see is people don't plan their workouts in advance. They don't know exactly what days and exactly what times they're going to get them in, because here's the reality of the situation, right? Working out is not all that fun. Sometimes it is. Sometimes it's fun if you're working out with a friend or you're going to a group class and it's new, it's fun, it's exciting. Sometimes there can be times where you actually look forward to working out. But oftentimes working out is just painful and we dread having to do it. So if you don't know the exact day and time that you're going to do it, when day and times come, you're not just going to be like, okay, when can I work out? When can I work out? When can I make the time, right? Because if it's not something you look forward to, you're not going to be organizing your day so that you can find the time to work out. That's why it's so important to schedule it out beforehand, because if you schedule it out beforehand, it's already on your calendar. Sure, there might still be times where you schedule it out and you skip it, but step number one is to schedule it, because if it's on your calendar, oftentimes there's a little thing that goes off in your brain that it's like, I'm doing it no matter what. I've already put it in my schedule. There's nothing else that's going to infiltrate that time. I'm going to do it. So that's what a lot of my clients have found, is that, especially if they're working out 4, 5, 6 times a week, because if you're working out with that level of frequency, then you can't just be like, oh, I'm going to work out today because it's Tuesday. Because if you're working out 3 times a week, maybe, or 2 times a week, it might be a little bit easier to not plan out your workouts, because there are a lot more available days to just be like, oh, I'm going to work out today. But if you're working out 4, 5, 6 times a week, 7 times a week, you probably have to plan it out, because you have to get it in every single day, and it might take out a solid chunk of your time. So many people that I coach as well have taken group fitness classes in the past. And what allows them to be consistent with that is they schedule their classes beforehand. They know, okay, on Thursday morning, I'm going to 8:45 class. And so they organize their day, they organize their week in a manner so that they can go to that class, they can attend that class. But then when left to their own devices, they don't do the same thing. They don't schedule out their own days and times. So if we can do that same thing, whether or not we're going to a group class, and schedule it into our weeks, then that's going to increase the likelihood that you don't skip your workouts. The other thing is, if we write down that we're going to work out and have like a scoreboard for ourselves, like I do on my 10-week program, or if you just have a little sticky note, or if you have a sheet of paper up on your bulletin board, whatever it is, if you have something that provides you with a level of urgency to get it done, then that's going to increase the likelihood that you actually do it. So that's a small little trick or tip that you can use to increase the likelihood that you work out. And then one of the last things I want to say is, once you do plan out when you're going to work out, you plan out the day and time, treat it as a promise. It's not, I'm going to work out if I'm motivated at the time, if I got enough sleep the night before, if I feel energized, if I'm not stressed out, if insert the blank, right? Fill in the blank. It's, I'm going to work out no matter what, because that's what a promise is. A promise means I'm going to do it no matter what. If you tell somebody else that you promise them that you're going to do something, then what do they conceive that means? They're conceiving, okay, this person's going to do this no matter what. No matter what happens, they're going to get it done for me. And a lot of times you do, because we treat promises to other people at a higher level than we treat promises to ourselves, unfortunately. But we need to try to make sure that we hold ourselves to the same standard to a promise that we hold ourselves to the standard to a promise to somebody else. So if you say that you're going to work out on Sunday at 3 p.m. after you go to church or after whatever, it's not if I'm energized, if I'm motivated, if I'm not hungry, it's I'm going to do it no matter what. So those are a few things right there. 3 things. Plan your workouts in advance. That is so key. And I've seen it work over and over again. It's what allows people to be more consistent when they attend group fitness classes and when they have personal trainers. And it's also what allows people to be more consistent on their own when they actually plan it out in advance and put it on their calendars. Other thing, again, number 2, provide urgency for yourself. Write it out somewhere. Create little boxes for yourself so that you can fill it in. You get that feedback loop of, boom, that's a result. I'm motivated. I did it. I give myself a little bit of a treat or give myself a little bit of a reward for checking that box. And then lastly, treat it as a promise. When you schedule it, treat it as a promise. I'm going to do it no matter what happens that day, no matter how much sleep I get, no matter how tired I am, no matter how stressed out, no matter what work looks like, no matter what fight I got in with my significant other. I am doing it no matter what. That's the thing that I try to preach almost the most to people who take my 10-week fitness goal setting program, because I believe getting closer to the best version of yourself is a practice in following through with the promises that you make to yourself. So I hope that resonates with you. I hope you start to follow through on those things so that you don't skip your workouts, so that you can be consistent, so that you can get results that you've never gotten before because you've done things that you've never done before, because that's what's going to ultimately get you closer to your fitness goals, and that's what's ultimately going to get you closer and closer to your best you.